also it could be a hell of a lot better. And yeah, I just don't like it. If this is high pressure, then I don't like it. I find that it makes me feel resentful of if I see anyone getting any sun anywhere in the UK, I'm like, how are you getting sunshine? How are you getting sunshine? Because we're not getting any. We're not getting any, and I feel like I'm being starved. And it's not good for my mood. It's not good for my energy. It's just not good. I really, really struggle with it. And yeah, anybody else fed up of it? Like, what can we do other than leave this country? And I know there's a lot of people debating, like, is it a natural phenomenon? Is it man-made? I don't care which one it is. I just hate it and I want it to go.
So I've been in town today just doing some retail therapy. And I've just noticed something, like everyone seems so miserable and like soulless. Like everyone just looks so downcast and like no one smiles at each other. Everyone's just so miserable. Understandable. Like the UK is literally crumbling. The economy has probably been the worst it's ever been in like decades. And everyone's just trying to survive. And it's really sad. And there is no slowing down. It gets worse and worse as the months go on. I mean, a food shop that used to cost me like 70 quid is now costing me over 100 quid just for two people. Like, it's miserable. So I think this is why it's so important to start thinking of alternative ways to make an income and make ends meet, because it's freaking tough now. And if you've only got a salary between yourself and your partner and you're just getting by, what happens when everything starts going up even more in the next couple of months? So start considering starting a side hustle just to help you out a little bit. That's the whole point of my account. I educate and tell people, you know, the alternative ways of making bank and making money just to help yourself financially. The biggest thing, just for a little extra buffer to help here and there for like a bell or petrol or food, would be paid surveys. They're all linked. Have a look. You can make anywhere from 20 to 50 quid a week if you're consistent. If you look back at my old videos, I've got loads of information about them. And also what I'm doing, I've created a business where I get passive income coming in regularly. I have a free masterclass linked as well. It's the first link. All you have to do is type your name, your email, and I'll send you a free masterclass, which will give you an idea of how to start. And then, yeah, like, we got to help each other out. Like, things are crumbling and it's scary and you need to kind of safeguard yourself financially. So yeah, have a look.
So I've just returned to the UK from a wonderful trip. I'm super lucky. I've been away. But it's that fear back to the reality of the UK that makes the return so bad, because you know, on arrival back, so I flew into Stansted and it was disorganised chaos. The minute as I stepped off the plane, you knew I was back in the UK. There were, you know how we love a bit of tape here to tape off areas. You know, you make your way through the slalom of tape everywhere. It was chaos getting off the plane. You know, the stairs didn't arrive, nothing worked. Both the escalators were out. So everyone was having to go up the stairs. You know, you got old people struggling with luggage. And I just thought, wow, really back in the UK where nothing works. And then, you know, as you're coming through and then another plane kind of exits at the same time and you're all crushed into a corridor, all kind of walking along together to get to the passport control. Somehow coming off of a plane that I met was a guy who was so drunk. This guy could barely walk. He's stumbling, he's swearing, he's calling everyone expletives. This guy's just got off a plane. And I'm like, only in the UK could this happen. He's then sort of congregated with a load of school kids that that have been away on a trip. He's then saying to the kids all these swear words. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And then he was escorted off by someone, you know, no doubt. The funny thing was, we're all queuing, you know, to get through passport control. The guy who was drunk and is swearing was escorted round. You know, he got to the passport control first before the rest of us mugs that were queuing up because he was drunk and disorderly. No doubt he got escorted out, got given a taxi that they probably paid for to take him back to whatever hovel he'd come out of. You know, so it's things like that. And it's just the feeling of being trapped in the UK. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm imprisoned here, because since Brexit, you know, we're only allowed to go to Europe for 90 days. We're no longer left with the option to move there. And my God, most of us want to get out of this absolute crap hole that we're all living in. And it's just that feeling of just, you know, being so trapped and controlled. It's just the most awful feeling. And you know, I've said in my other videos, I used to love the UK when I was younger. It was like the best place to grow up, you know, it was just wonderful, and I loved going to London. Who the hell wants to go to London now? I watched a programme about a girl who just literally was sitting with her bag in between her feet having a lunch, you know, young girl. And some complete lowlife came along and just literally, the way they do it, slid it out from beneath her legs, and he was gone. And, you know, she was like, you can't, you know, your fear of being shot, stabbed, drug raped, needles in... Like, I've got a child, you know, when she goes out, I've got a fear of her being injected in the back and thrown into the boot of a car and driven off somewhere. What the hell? I just want out. Like, I just want out of this place, and I know that most of us do. It's just, yeah, it's horrible. And the return back from when you've been away, and, you know, those places are, everyone's so much more polite. Everyone seems to care about each other more. They care about their environment. You know, they look after where they live. They you know, they're not dirty. Like, a lot of people here just don't really give a shit. And I just feel like we live in amongst so many scumbags. Yeah, it's just not a good place to be. And I know that every day. But it's just magnified 100,000 times when you come back from somewhere that is nice. And then you come back here and you realise this place is not nice.
So I decided to walk through a local town nearby where I live, and it was shocking how kind of sad people seemed. It's like meant to be the most happiest time of the year now. We're heading into Christmas. Why am I walking around and nobody looks happy anymore? Nobody looks like they're enjoying being where they are right now. Nobody looks interested. Nobody looks like they're excited. Everyone looks down. Like, look at these people, man. There's nothing against the people themselves, but I just think to myself, like, why is it so quiet? Why are the streets so quiet? Why is nobody with joy? Why is nobody looking like they're optimistic? Nobody looks like they're having fun. Everything looks to sale. Like, every shop's up for sale. Somebody said the other day to me that apparently more shops now are closed than they are open, which is crazy, especially this time of year, man. Everyone's struggling for money. The cost of living's going up, and nobody can really be themselves anymore. And it's a harsh reality. This is just a little market that I had to walk through. And after this guy here, let me know when you next see somebody in here. Because I don't know about you guys, there might be someone at the very end there, but this is a Saturday afternoon. The market should be heaving, or it should at least have more than one person in. Do you know what I mean? Everywhere just looks empty, looks grey. Like, look at the Christmas decorations, man. Is that an effort, really? I suppose it's a little effort, but it's nothing crazy. It's ridiculous, and it just puts more emphasis on the fact of, like, the UK isn't the one anymore. The weather here, the people here, all we've got the last two people here. But yeah, that's about it, man.
If you was thinking about coming home to the UK for Christmas, if you're either travelling or you're living in Australia and you haven't done it, you've made a good decision, because I'm currently freezing me bollocks off back in the UK now for the past week, and I've been ill for the past 2 days. When I was out travelling, I wasn't ill for 5 months. As soon as I come back here, it's typical, isn't it? It's enough of me joking about. But it is sad coming back to the UK, because you come back, you might be gone 6 months, you might be gone 6 years. But no one ever does anything. You go back to meet your mates. Oh, what you been up to? Yeah, fuck all, mates. It's the usual. Like, it is sad to see, because a lot of people won't go travelling. They won't go see the world because they're scared of losing a job. Like, work is always going to be here. Everybody is so scared of their bosses at their jobs, right? They won't ever go travelling. They won't ever take more than a week off work. If your boss doesn't let you have a month or 2 months off work, he's a bit of a prick. Because everybody is replaceable in whatever job you do. So if you're scared to go travelling and go see this beautiful world, don't be, because work is always going to be here for you. As soon as you go travelling, everyone's not going to stop working. There's going to be no jobs. It's not going to happen. And no one ever does anything with themselves. So when you go away for a month, you'll come back and it'll be the exact same.
I remember I used to get so depressed living in the UK. Every winter it would roll round and the nights would get shorter and it would just be dark and cold and my circulation would suck. And I just remember thinking to myself, why do I do this? Why do I live here? Why is it like this? I was so depressed when I was living in the UK. I had a very